This is Talk of the Town, a weekly program featuring community events happening in and around Northeast Michigan, with your host, Nancy Smitham, and get the latest news from Alpena Community College with Dr. Olin Joyton. And now, today's Talk of the Town.
Good morning and welcome to Talk of the Town. I'm Nancy Smitham. My first guest today is Suzanne Renard, and she is a volunteer for Huron Humane Society. Hi and welcome, Suzanne.
Thank you.
So good to have you here today, and you brought a special guest today, Chet.
Yep.
So tell us what we'd have to do to adopt Chet.
Okay, well, Chet is a very special guy because he has been adopted a few times, but each time he's been adopted, he escapes.
Okay.
And so he has to have a well-secured pen.
Okay.
And even enough security so that he can't dig through the bottom. And if he's in a house, then he has to be watched very carefully so he doesn't sneak out the door.
Okay.
And
he's so beautiful, and what a wonderful, meek and mild dog. Yeah. And we just want to say that he's a little hesitant around men. So obviously he's had something in his past that's caused him to be afraid of men.
Yeah.
He does really well with women, and just a wonderful dog. Doesn't bark very much. Just a good dog. And so what would we have to do to make my home be his forever home?
Well, I think that for Chet to trust somebody is what is very important. If the person wanting to adopt Chet could make several visits to the Humane Society and walk him and get to know him before he left, and then maybe to take him for an hour to their house or 2 hours or a day and to watch him so carefully, because some of the other times when he has escaped from the people that adopted him, and they were so loving and so well-meaning, but a little boy or whatever opens the door and out goes Chet, and they always feel so bad about it.
Yes.
But Chet stays lost for maybe 2 or 3 months.
Oh, wow.
That he has wandered around, and only because he's on the brink of starvation could he be lured in, and it had to be in a live trap. And one time some campers lured him in with a hot dog, and it was only because he was so starved that he let those people take him. And so then he's nurtured back, and he spends time at the Humane Society, and then because you look at him and you see what a beautiful dog he is.
Yes.
And so somebody comes along and they want him, and we tell him how important it is to watch the doors and leashes. And
so somebody who has a lot of time on their hands, somebody who has a secure spot for him, someone who, when you go out the door, maybe you don't go right outside, maybe you go into a garage or something where if he escapes, he can at least go into the garage. And once he got to know the people and was happy there, I'm sure that would all change. It's just he needs to get adjusted.
Yep.
Okay. And what else are we going to talk about today?
Well, we could talk about volunteering at the Humane Society. I've been doing it for a little more than a year, and it surprised me what's happened in that time. Well, getting down. At first I thought that I was volunteering because I was doing a good thing for the dogs, and that I was helping the dogs and petting the cats, and that this was all for them. And then, after a while, I started realizing how much I was getting out of it and how much the dogs were loving me back. I totally didn't expect that. And it came about because, after a while, a dog that I'd gotten attached to and walked a lot got adopted.
Oh.
And then, all of a sudden, I'm feeling so sad that they are gone, but at the same time very happy because they are in a home.
Right.
And I just couldn't figure out why I am crying, truly, and happy at the same time. And it's because there's so much, it goes both ways. The love, I mean, I love them, and then all of a sudden they're loving me back.
And most volunteer experiences are like that. If people just will get out and about and help organizations in their community, and like you said, you get back way more than you give always.
Yeah.
And there's so many different volunteer experiences at the Humane Society.
Yes, yeah. Walk dogs. Some people come and clean cages, kitty litter, and you name it. They do it. Or pet cats. And the staff out there is so tremendous.
They are.
They do things that it's way above and beyond what their job description says. I've seen them like stay late because all of a sudden at the last minute they discover a cat has fleas or a dog has fleas, and so they just put their coat and purse down, and into the bathtub goes the animal to get him cleaned off. And this is delaying their, they're not punching out. But they don't care. They just, it's for the animal. What is it, Jet? Oh,
he's going to escape from us.
Maybe.
And then, you can, if you don't have time to volunteer, you can always drop off cash donations. You can always drop off items. Anything that you use at home are items that they use at the Humane Society: fabric softener, bleach, and cleaning supplies, and paper towel, and office supplies. Anything that you would use, the Huron Humane Society can also use.
Yeah.
And the pet photo contest is going on?
Yeah. In fact, I gotta look at my notes for that one. The winner will be announced on November 3rd.
Oh, coming up.
Yeah, very close. And the top 12 pets will be featured on a calendar that Val is putting together.
And how do we vote?
Online. You vote online on our website.
Okay, and it's $1 a vote, I believe.
Okay. And then at the end of it, the top 12 pets will be in the calendar, of course. But you have to order calendars ahead of time.
Okay.
And they're going pretty fast. The timeline is coming pretty fast, so it's important to get those ordered. And so you can do that by just clicking the PayPal button with the caption, pre-order your calendar.
Okay.
And that will get you a calendar, and they're $15 plus $5 for shipping.
Okay.
And as soon as the calendars are printed, people will get their copies.
And we encourage people to go out to the Humane Society, check out the animals, get an adoptable pet, take them home. Even if you can't keep them, be a foster parent, take them home and foster the animals.
Yeah.
Well, we're out of time.
Oh,
I want to thank you very much for being here. And once again, if anyone's interested in Chet, just contact Huron Humane Society and find out what it would take to adopt him.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. I'll be right back with Brad Summers from the Boys and Girls Club of Alpena following these messages. Hi, and welcome back. I'm with Brad Summers from the Boys and Girls Club. Hi, Brad.
Hi, Nancy.
I know every time of year is a busy year for you, so tell me what's going on at the club.
Well, the school year, we're off and running on the school year. Things are going great. Membership is steadily increasing. Once the parents kind of get into the habit of figuring out where the kids are, where the bus is, and get into that schedule, they start dropping the kids off, and we start seeing a lot more. So, we're starting to see 60, 70, 80 kids a day, which is amazing right now.
It is.
With that being said, we actually have a couple new staff members that we've hired on to help us. Rihanna Compton is hired on to run our food program, and one of our program aides to help with programming.
Okay.
And then we hired Ryan Herrick from the probation department through the 26th Family Judicial Court. And both employees have been doing a wonderful job. Ryan's only been with us for a couple weeks, but his impact and his experience is going to be very profound.
Oh, yes.
He brings a good probation experience, and one of the biggest programs that the mentoring coordinator runs is the Youth Academy program with adjudicated youth through the court system. So he brings in that experience of actually working with them through the probation department. Now he's working with us through as a mentoring director to help run that program.
Perfect.
So, and he already has established relationships with the police officers in town, so it's very nice.
Okay, and you have daily homework help.
Yep.
I can't believe people aren't lined up outside the door for that. I mean, it got to a point where I wasn't able to help my kids anymore. It's like, oh my goodness.
Well, we're actually getting to the point where we have strong enough relationships with the schools where we're able to call and talk to the teacher to find out exactly what these kids need help with.
Perfect.
Because we do look at report cards. It's still a little early on right now to look at some of the report cards because they're, kids are just now getting into school. But once we get out and the kids have any kind of deficiencies, it's nice to have that relationship with the teachers so we can get the homework know what they need to accomplish, because we have a lot of people that are willing to help with homework. It's just sometimes the kids get there and all they want to do is play or run around in the gym. They say, no, we don't have homework. Well, this is a way for us to combat that and be able to, have these kids be more accountable for their schoolwork.
And other things you do is computer literacy, recreation, health, nutrition, eating right, keeping fit, forming positive relationships add up to healthy lifestyles for club members. And that's so true, because in this fast-paced world, if you have one parent, two parents, if they're working, a lot of that stuff is kind of just zipped in for 2 seconds and zipped out. It's really hard.
It really is. We try to find the kids time. I wish I could actually benefit from it a little bit more.
Yeah.
But the healthy eating, when the kids, because they only have that time when they get out of school until dinner time. So there's always a time when they might need a snack, or sometimes they eat make unhealthy choices when it comes to those snacks. So we're trying to help with showing them that there's a positive alternative to what they're doing, which, and the kids have really been doing a good job with eating granola bar instead of eating a Twix bar or a potato chips or something along those lines. So we're really seeing a positive, a happy medium where the kids can find something good to eat, but yet it's healthy and nutritious for them.
And also you serve dinner and a snack every day, free to all members and non-members.
Yep.
At 4 p.m. every day.
4 p.m. every day.
Ages 6 to 18.
Yep. Anybody from, I hate to say off the streets, but anybody from off the streets, they can come in between the ages of 6 and 18 and take full advantage of a free hot supper every day. And it's, of course, available to all of our members as well. It's because we're able to do this because of the partnership we have with the Michigan Department of Education and the U.S. Department of Agriculture. They help supplement the program. There's still some costs that we incur, but we're able to provide a lot more because of those relationships. And the kids, they eat a nutritious meal. Everything's formulated so that they get the right proportions of everything that they're supposed to eat.
Great. And Teen Night, November 14th coming up?
Yep, this is actually a nationwide Boys and Girls Club of America teen movement. This is something that on the second Friday of November, nationwide, there's going to be a teen night. We're doing ours here in Alpena, and we're going to have movies, refreshments, prizes. We're going to give away a bike that night. We're just going to have a fun night just to get teens in, get them off the streets, and doing something positive and fun with their friends. And video games, and we'll have a little tournament and things like that. So it'll be a lot of fun for them.
And then Family Week, November 17th through the 21st.
Yep, and this one is promoting family togetherness. We're trying to find ways to get parents more involved with what we're doing with the kids. And this way, the parents aren't just dropping the kids off and picking them up. They feel more empowered by, dropping their kids off here at the club, but now they get to see what, goes into that whole $10 that they pay for a year. So it's very important for us to get the parents involved, because if the parents are comfortable with what we're doing, they're going to continue to bring their kids.
Very true.
And we think that we run a very good program, a lot of very good programs, but it's nice when the parents have more hands-on with what's going on. So it's important.
And a very important fundraiser coming up. Yep. Speaking of importance, December 18th, Buy a Bag for Kids' Sake.
Yep, this is our annual fundraiser that we do towards the end of the year. This is, it used to be called the Old Bag Sale. We changed the name last year to Buy a Bag for Kids' Sake. And it runs on the same premise as the previous fundraisers. But and what we do, we have donations and businesses that help with donations, and we come together. We make bags, like a hunting bag, or help a kid bag, or a pet bag, or things like that. And people just come. We have refreshments and hors d'oeuvres set out for people free of charge, and what people do, they just bid on the bags. And
a location to be announced?
Yep, to be announced. Right now we're thinking the Aplex, but it also could be at the Center Building.
Okay.
We're kind of up in the air right now between finances, but that's where we're at.
And I would like to encourage people, put together a bag and bring it to the Boys and Girls Club, because the eclectic mix of different bags and prizes, means there's something for everyone. It's such a wonderful evening. So buy a ticket, come and get a chance to win something really nice. They have other drawings and raffles. It's a fun night.
It is a fun night.
And a great chance to help young people in your community.
And all the proceeds go to helping the kids and helping the programs that we do to enrich the kids of our great community.
Okay. Let me see where else. Membership. That's what we need to talk about. We do this every time, but membership is $10 a year. And $15 for an entire family.
Yep. I mean, you could have 100 kids in your family. Thankfully, we don't have anybody out there like that. But you are for $10 a year. It actually comes out when we did the math. It comes out to about $4 to $5 a day to serve each youth.
Wow.
So 1 week, your $10 is paid for.
Yes.
Between the meals, the programs, everything else that we offer the kids. We like to consider it the best deal in town in regards to youth development. There are a lot of great programs that this community provides, but we kind of fit the niche of we're not childcare, but we are in there to see the positive development of each individual kid. So.
Right. And if anybody, I always say this too every time, stops by and listens to the laughter coming out the door and the noise, and it's a joyful sound. So, be a part of that. Stop by, and if you have children, you can arrange for a tour for them to come in and see the facility and see what happens there, so it's a great place to bring your children.
Please do. We'd love to give tours, so I would love more and more people to have tours and see the building, and what we can offer would be a wonderful blessing. So.
Okay, once again, I'd like to encourage people, put together, if you're a business, a youth group, put together a basket, a bucket, a bag of some type for the Buy a Bag for Kids' Sake fundraiser. Drop it off, and you'll be doing a great thing in your community.
Thank you.
Look forward to talking to you next month, Brad.
Yeah, look forward to it.
Thank you. Please stay tuned for Dr. Olin Jointon following these messages.
Good morning. I am Jay Walterite, Director of Public Information and Marketing for Alpena Community College, and this is Talk of the Town. With me this morning is Michael Precor. Michael is an ACC Marine Tech student and president of the Marine Tech Society. Welcome, Michael. How are you?
Good. Thank you for having me on.
It's a pleasure. Why don't you start by telling our audience what first attracted you to the ACC Marine Tech program?
The program's new. It's 3 years old. My wife and I moved home, and I know a few of the administrators at the college, and I've always been a historian. I love research and delving into find new things that nobody else has found, and this program came across my desk at home, and I made a few phone calls and looked into it a little bit more, and I got hooked into the diving and the shipwrecks and everything else, and with Alpena being right here and so much stuff in our backyard with the NOAA and the maritime history and stuff, there's just a lot of opportunities in that field right now for the new students coming in now.
Mm-hmm. So is this your first year or second year?
This is my second year.
Second year. All right. Well, great. What did you think of your first year?
First year was wonderful. The kid, you get to dive, you spend the whole summer. I mean, everybody's like, you don't want to go to summer school. Well, summer school at the college for this program consists of spending the day on the lake, getting a suntan and diving. And then spending time at the museum, spending time at NOAA doing, looking at shipwrecks and drawings and stuff like that. And it was very interesting for anybody that's interested in the history of the Great Lakes or any maritime stuff whatsoever.
Mm-hmm. Great. And you said that you came home. I'm assuming that's back to Alpena?
Yes, I moved back to Alpena after 18 years.
That's a very common story that I hear. So you're interested in the Marine Tech program. You're in your second year now. What is part of that second year curriculum?
Second year curriculum consists of more hands-on, working with robotics, more building the robotics, learning your electrical circuits, your pneumatics, drawings, basically going from scratch and starting a business and watching it grow, and at the end of it, competing and going out into the job field.
Mm-hmm. And part of that curriculum is building an ROV, is that correct?
Yes.
And what fun is it to build something if you can't use it, right?
Correct.
Part of the using is a trip that is coming up for students this coming spring. Why don't you tell our viewers about that?
There's a new, the MATE hosts the international competition every year, where a lot of people in town are aware of. Alpena was the host city last year. We were very fortunate. We had numerous countries and dozens upon dozens of teams from all over the world show up in Alpena last June. Alpena opened the doors to everybody. They were very friendly. The reviews from all these teams and mentors and coaches and students, they raved about Alpena. Next year's competition, unfortunately, is not in Alpena. They change it every year at a different venue. Next year is hosted in Newfoundland, Canada, which is, for viewers that don't know, it's exactly the same distance going to there as it is going from Alpena all the way to the coast in LA. The students, there's a team of 15 that are looking to get up there by building the robot, competing at the regional here in Alpena. The regionals are always held, Midwest regionals are held here in Alpena every year. And then from there, they go up to the competition next June.
All right. So to build the ROV, what do you have to do?
Starting from scratch, building the company. It's a business entity inside a business. You have your own business name for it. You have your management of the business. You have your marketing, your PR. You have from ground zero on a competition like this year, it's raising the funds to get the students up there. From them getting their passports to building the ROV to the flights to the hotel stays to the food. It's a lot different from last year. Last year we hosted it, so we all lived here. We had no out-of-pocket expenses for travel expenses stuff. We only had to build the robot. This year we have, on top of building the robot, we have to raise the funds to send these students for a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to get them up there to compete and mingle and basically get out and see the job market and visit with possible employers out there.
Now you're the president of the Marine Tech Society, correct?
Yes.
So the responsibility falls on you to organize fundraising for this trip, correct?
Yes, I delegate. I have a great team, fundraising team. I have 5 students that are all gung-ho about raising funds, and we have set some things in motion, to Christmas raffles, to gift wrapping, along with trip giveaways next year to help raise funds to get it started with other ideas that will be in the works.
Sure. Why don't you elaborate on some of those ideas for things that are coming up soon?
We have a gift raffle that's coming up in December. So all the students have tickets to sell. They're $10 each, or 3 for $20. We are raffling off 10 different Christmas packages, ranging from $400 down to $50. December 22nd, 23rd, and 24th, the students will be at the mall doing free gift wrapping for everybody from open to close. For just asking for charitable donations to help drop your gifts off. The kids will wrap it and pick them back up. And there will be good gift wrappers. I will not be a part of that one. I'm not a good gift wrapper at all. So I will drop mine off and make a donation myself.
There you go. Well, how would people come about getting tickets?
You can contact any Marine Tech Society student. If you don't know any of them, you're more than welcome to call the college switchboard, have them patch you through to David Cummings, which is the advisor for the program, and he can get the message to me, and I'll get it to one of the students, or you'll get the message and I'll make sure everybody gets tickets.
Sure. And that number, just for those viewers who aren't familiar with the college general number, is 356-9021, and that'll get you the switchboard. Just ask for David Cummins in the Marine Tech department, and they should be connected.
Correct.
We just have a couple seconds left. Is there anything else that you want to encourage people to do?
I just want to let everybody know it's a great thing that Alpena is hosting, and we're looking forward to great community help and support to send these students to compete for the 2nd year in a row.
All right. Well, great. Well, that's all our time, Michael.
Great.
Thank you for joining me.
Oh, thanks for having me on.
And thank you for joining me. Once again, I am Jay Walterwright, Director of Public Information and Marketing for Alpena Community College, and this is Talk of the Town.
This has been Talk of the Town with Nancy Smitham and Dr. Olin Joyton. For a list of events taking place in Northeast Michigan, visit our website at www.wbkb11.com and click on Community. This has been a Thunder Bay Broadcasting Corporation production.